So these bad guys been running things. They run everything. Hollywood, big CEOs of companies. And since Trump's come in, 3,000 of these CEOs have resigned. And they've been doing some real bad shit. They've been raping children, changing the gold standard, rigging elections.
But do you understand what I'm saying here? And then they go, oh no, wear a miniskirt up to here. Yeah, burn your bra, show your tits. Yeah.
Let's all smoke dope.
Let's get into free love.
Let's fuck everybody.
Which is really groovy, right, when you're probably at uni. But that's how you destroy a nation from the inside. You take away their moral fibre, their moral compass.
Okay, and that's what they've been doing on a political level. So
That's
why
why feminism is so weaponized,
and
so
gone.
gone.
Men need women.
Just like women need men.
A female brain
Needs a
needs a
female
male
brain.
brain.
That's all part of biology. Absolutely. Whether it's mates or lovers or husbands, we need each other. That's why we're created that way. The two must come together to create life.
And then some women are wearing vaginas on their heads. And their whole body is dressed up like vaginas. Now that is denigrating to women.
It's turning us into a sex object, okay? All they're saying is we're a clitoris.
Remember the old joke?
Men only think with their dicks.
Uh-huh.
Men and their sperm, their phallus, their
Their
penis,
penis,
their
their
sperm,
phallus.
and their phallus. Women's wombs and uteruses need that, okay?
The two must come together,
To create life.
working together to achieve a common goal. Yes.
Absolutely. In all things.
think I've always been a free thinker. I didn't understand the concept as a child of working 40 hours to pay for a home and food, and then be too tired and to enjoy my supposed freedom. I wanted to know more information, about why was World War II fought? Who is God? When did we stop sacrificing children to it? As I got older, I noticed that in through elections that the left and right of politics were two wings of the same bird. I wanted to know who controlled the bird and why. I watched as Australian public utility assets were sold off and privatised, making the cost of living go higher, i.e. inflation. I saw John Podesta's emails. In it, I saw FBI code words that were used for pedophiles. There was a DC ring. Joe, what was the pizza? My immediate family have on numerous occasions questioned not only my sanity but my intellect. My parents were both public servants. My father was a diplomat and my mother was a school teacher. She also worked in immigration. My father... I've watched his friends have been killed in this. Watched them disappear. It's been lonely and isolating. And I'm grateful to be a part of the worldwide investigation of Pedogate and the Royal Commission into Institutionalised Child Abuse and the Banking Royal Commission and the QAnon phenomenon. At some point before he went to school, investigators believe Adam Lazar, 20, killed his mother, Nancy Lazar.
He grabbed 3 guns from the house, an AR-15 assault rifle made by Bushmaster and a pistol made by Glock and Sig Sauer, and went to the elementary school.
Authorities now know the gunman used an assault weapon to literally shoot an entrance into the building.
Sprung, the principal, heard a loud pop. She and school psychologist Mary Sherland and Vice Principal Natalie Hammond went out to investigate. Only Hammond returned from the hallway alive. She was wounded.
Shots were heard across the school. Students described being ushered into bathrooms and closets by teachers after hearing the first shots.
In one classroom was Lauren Russo, a substitute teacher who was filling in for a teacher out on maternity leave. The gunman shot all 14 students in the classroom.
In another classroom, Victoria Sacco, 27, moved students away from the door. The gunman burst in and shot her and killed every student in the classroom.
At the police station, dispatchers began to take calls from inside the school. Authorities say the first emergency call about the shooting came at approximately 9:30 a.m.
The gunman took his own life, police said. He took out a handgun and shot himself in the classroom as law enforcement officials approached.
said, the whole thing was a hoax. How do you deal with a total hoax? It took me about a year with Sandy Hook to come to the grips with the fact that the whole thing was fake. I did deep research, and my gosh, it pretty much didn't happen.
At that point, and I do think there's some cover-up and some manipulation. That is pretty much what I believe. But then, I was also going into devil's advocate, but then we know there's mass shootings and these things happen. So again...
But you're trying to have it always, right?
No, I'm not.
If you wrongly went out there and said it was a hoax, that's wrong.
But I already answered your question was, listeners and other people are covering this. I didn't create the story.
But Alex, the parents, one after the other, devastated, the dead bodies, the coroner autopsy.
And they blocked all that. They won't release any of it. That's unprecedented.
All of the parents?
Even the reports...
Decided to come out and lie about their dead children?
I didn't say that.
What happened to the children?
I will sit there, on it, and look at every position and play devil's advocate.
Was that devil's advocate? The whole thing is a giant hoax? The whole thing was fake?
Yes. Because I remember, even on that day, to go back from memory, then saying, but then some of it looks like it's real, but then you know what you do? They got kids going around in circles, in and out of the building with their hands up. I've watched the footage, it looks like a drill.
When you say parents fake their children's death, people get very angry.
Yeah, well that's... Oh, I know. But they don't get angry about the 500,000 dead Iraqis from sanctions. They don't get angry about all the illegals pouring in.
That's a dodge.
No, it's not a dodge. The media never covers all the evil wars it's promoted, all the bad things.
That doesn't excuse what you said about Newtown, and you know it.
Oh, but here's the difference. I look at every angle of Newtown, and I made my statements long before the media picked up on it. Oh, but I tend to believe that children probably did die there, but then you look at all the other evidence on the other side, and I can see how other people think that nobody died there.